Alright, hi everybody, it's me, Yokai922. I'm laughing because uh, I woke up at 6:30 in the morning, got dressed, left without having breakfast, and went. For people who, and I'm going to get, this is going to be the Tora, or shoot a Tora, episode 12, who don't know distance, but for people who live in New York City, um, the line for the Comic-Con tickets at Fulton Street, yeah, Fulton Street and Gold Street, that's where the Comics is. I went from there all the fucking way to the Brooklyn Bridge. And I was standing next to the Brooklyn Bridge waiting for those tickets. And by some miracle of God, I was able not only to get a ticket for my brother for Sunday, but a Saturday ticket as well. I got a story to tell later on, but I'm not going to do this now, about King and... But yeah, let's get into this episode of Review-Ushio'S. Wow. This episode was crazy. Episode 12, I believe. Yes. Don't know the specific of the title. It's Yokai Battle Tournament thing. Part 1. It'll be part 2. Pretty much what happens in this episode is we find out what is the real fascination with Ushio's mother. Now, this basically goes into the line where the yokai all of a sudden out of nowhere starts attacking Ushio and Tora while they're on a fucking bus. They kill the driver. The bus falls over the cliff and they get bombarded by yokai out of nowhere. So they eventually get into the forest and there's this one gruesome scene where the yokai just biting and Ushio. I was like, yo, it's fucking stupid. There's this one yokai who confronts Tora. And basically what ends on happening is as Ushio's leaving that scene, that area, because the beast sword just go crazy and just fucking kills all the yokai and just drags them all to this pond, which is inhabited by a kappa. And the yokai that's talking to Tora and the kappa that's talking to Ushio explain to them why they're getting attacked by yokai. Why Ushio specifically is getting attacked by yokai. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's been killing them. It has to do with his mother. Now, when I heard this story, I'm thinking to myself, what? I thought, it really blew me away because I'm like, wow, okay, so this is really bizarre. Like, just beyond bizarre. There's this yokai that first appeared in China, and it disguised itself as a little girl. And it basically, its premise was that it kills yokai. It didn't like yokai. It killed all the monsters pretty much, and just wanted to, give humanity despair or something like that. And what ends on happening is all the yokai. It eventually goes to Japan, and the yokai of Japan team up to take it down. In fact, Tora was among them who was trying to take this yokai down. I forgot the name of it. It's very, very hard to pronounce. The end of the name is Mono. But it leaves. It leaves. The Kappa is telling them the story, and the other one's telling Tora the story about this. And after they defeat it goes away, retreats to regain strength, to come back and finish job of killing him. And that's when they try to go after it and try to kill it. And that's when we get the full story. This is when Ushio's mother comes into play. Ushio's mother, it was very confusing in this episode because they said originally it wasn't her and that she took it over or something, but it's very confusing. But very much, she created a barrier around the yokai that was killing the other yokai, so that those yokai couldn't kill him. And that's why they're after Ushio. Obviously, there's a lot more to be revealed as we go along here. First of all, why the fuck is his mother defending a yokai? That's number one. And by the way, I have a feeling this is the same yokai that attacked that guy. Remember a couple of episodes back? The guy with the scratch on his eye who came after Tora? I think that's the same yokai. I could be wrong, but it looks like the same one. The way the way he's shown, and he's got this grayness skin and this red eye. It seems like it might be the same one, but it just boggles my mind because I'm like, why is she defending this? Why is she creating a barrier for this demon, this monster that's killing all the other yokai? Is she doing it so it can kill them? It doesn't make any sense. But either way, I mean, the whole premise of them attacking Ushio, I don't know about that. I mean, I think it has... You could chalk it out as saying that, yeah, it has to do with his mother, but I think it also has to do with the beast sword. I mean, come on. He's got the beast sword. I mean, I say sword, spear, I mean. He's got the beast spear. This thing destroys all yokai. That's a lot more important reason to attack Ushio than the fact of his mother. But the mother thing was just, it was just, they want to kill this yokai because it's trying to kill them. So that's the real reason why they're after Ushio. And I'm wondering, that was my update. Like, at what point do things get really heated up here, and at what point do we get a full explanation here? Now, also what happened in this episode, Tora does not have any... He just stands there. He doesn't... This yokai that talked to him, he leaves him. And because he basically tells him, then go kill him. It's like, ah, then I will. You know, it's like, I'll let you... You're an old friend, and he tells him, and he walks away. So, Tora pretty much isn't getting involved in this. Go figure. He's not getting involved in this situation. He's going to allow the yokai to attack Ushio. And Ushio basically saves this old guy, and they head to towards the village. And as now, next week's episode is going to be called Part 2 of this. Now, I know a few people who know about Ushio and Tora, and know about what happens. And I was talking to, what was it, Hockey, I think? He was messaging me, he was messaging in this group chat on Facebook, in the message chat. And about it, you know, later on you find out more. So I'm looking forward to this. Now this episode, 5 out of 5. No question, no doubt. I wonder, because this whole explanation, I find to be too ridiculous. She put up a barrier to defend a yokai. Also in this episode, I forgot to mention, gave you like an explanation about the yin and the yang. You know, one side being for humans, which I think is the yin. I think it's the yang, I'm not sure. And the other side being for the yokai. Like, For me, I just don't understand it. You're putting up a barrier to defend this pretty much Terminator of yokai. That's a yokai. Wow. That's like the number one question I need to ask. Because it's a fucking yokai. I'm supposed to kill it? The only explanation I can gather, and I think this chalks up to the intro. If you take a look at the intro of Ushio to Tora, you notice you see this woman standing in front of a barrier. And behind the barrier is the creature that they are talking about in this episode that they're obviously trying to kill. And then you see this ghostly spirit go around her. I think, personally, Ushio's mother is possessed. This is just an idea that came to me. I think she's possessed. And the reason why she did this is because of the thing that's possessing her. Because I don't see any logical reason for her to put up a barrier and protect this thing. It's a yokai. It even stated that it feeds on misery of humans. Why would you defend something like that? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But I believe later on, obviously, we're going to find out more. But we've got to find more information. Because that's not enough information. I'm sorry. It's freaking, it's destroyed yokais and shit and everything. But they didn't really why. So I think further in we go, Ushio will find out more about the situation, and once he gets to his mother, whenever he can, Hokkaido, if he can get to her, he'll find out the whole truth behind this. Because this just seems so bizarre. And we don't even know, specifically what his mother does. We know what his father does. We know he's a shady motherfucker. He's, but his mother is, what is she? It's very bizarre. We'll have to wait and see for next week and find out more. I'm Bonkai Night 22. This is a very interesting show, and I'm totally enforced with it. Now, a few shows ended. Shinamita. Gate. I'm pretty much caught up with everything. Only got one episode of each for the other shows. The ones I haven't caught up to has been Sinful Gear, To Love Brew, that zombie anime with the girls, School Life, and Gangster. So yeah, Soma, Gangster. Yeah. And there's what, 2 from the previous season? Also, next month, Blood Blockade. Yes, Blood Blockade's coming back. The new final episodes. Okay, anyway, I will see you guys later. Ushio's mother. I have no idea. I think she's possessed. I can't see any human in their right mind would put up a barrier for yokai. That is a fucking demented one. So, I'll see you guys later.